Y'all really let the guy that does all this talking get his own podcast? Get it together, man. Yo. What's going on, everybody? Man, oh man. It is November. Okay? It is November. The end of the year is vastly approaching. And it's crazy, man. Like, just take that in for a second. It's gonna help you realize that life really is speeding by. Time waits for no man. Like my grandma used to always say, time waits for no man. Meaning that, time isn't going to stop for you. It's not going to pause for you. It's not going to slow down for you in order for you to get your things together, for you to take a break, for you to do this, for you to do that. That's not happening, man. And it's just, we have to really focus and get set on our goals and not waste our time on things and people that do not matter and will not matter in the future. But it's just very crazy how this year has flown by. I know a lot of us, and I say us because I'm included. I know a lot of us probably or did set out some intentions going out into this year. And we had those New Year resolutions and what we wanted to do, whether it was to buy a car or buy a house, or start the gym and lose weight, or stack a certain amount of funds by the end of the year. There's so many things that you can improve about your life, or you can do for the first time in your life, and we set those as New Year's resolutions. Honestly, my New Year resolutions were to read more books. I wanted to read more books. I also, I wanted to continue going to the gym and actually go harder. And I did. One of the most important things was wanting to start a podcast, and now look at me. I'm now hosting my own podcast, and it feels amazing. So I did step out on faith, and I did take leaps, and I did just go out there, no matter what anyone thought or said, or I didn't think about what someone would say or what someone would think. I just stepped out on faith, and I bet on myself, and I am proud of myself. I feel accomplished, but there's more work to do. There's more work to put out. By the way, I do not have a candle lit. It's still a vibe ting. It's still a vibe ting. You hear me? But I just don't have the candle lit. I do have some tea that I'm sipping on though. So we're doing that. And I read some more books. I started reading more books. I bought some new titles, and I want to say I read like 2 or 3 books this year. And I'm aiming for more. I want to read more books. And I don't have to wait till next year to do that. I feel like we shouldn't get caught up in these New Year resolutions and wanting to start wait into the new year. Like I don't feel like that's beneficial for us, because why wait? Why wait to the new year? I mean, I know it's a new year and it's a quote unquote fresh start. I understand that. But at the same time, it's like why? Start now. Start right now. Start today. Start right now. If you want to hit that gym, get you a membership. If you don't want to jump right into a membership, ask someone if they have a membership at a gym where they can have partners, and they can have just people that can come in and work out for free, unlimited guests. Or if you want to try a gym out before you fully commit, do that. Or if you want to just start at home, YouTube is out there, and YouTube has every single thing that you could possibly want, and every single thing that you can possibly need. So I mean, or if you want to start a business, start that business right now. Nothing wrong with that. Start that business right now. Start the blueprint. Start what is it that you want to sell? What is it that you want to accomplish? We always want to make sure we set our intentions when we work towards goals or anything new that we're doing. We want to set those intentions. We want them to be as pure as possible and come from a genuine place. And like I said, have pure intentions as we spread out whatever it is that we're putting out into the world. Because if we do it that way, it'll be more effective. It'll feel more rewarding when you see people receive your art, because I call it art because it's coming from you. You had this incredible idea to do something, right? And you brought it down. You basically brought it down out of your mind. You brought it down to reality. And reality, the here, the now, the present is your canvas. And then you started to you did the blueprint. You did the blueprint, and then you started to create your art. And hey, that's art, and honestly, that's what I did this year. So my question to you is, or should I, it's not even a question, I should just say, don't wait until next year to start something new, to do something that you've never done, to kill old habits, to start new habits, positive habits, to get into a new routine, a more beneficial routine, or just because the old routine is just getting old and it's not fun, it's not exciting, it doesn't feel as rewarding mentally and emotionally, because you want to start something new. So I mean, just wait, do it now. Don't wait. Don't wait. Tomorrow isn't promised, first of all. And by the new year, God forbid, but what if you come into the new year, you're experiencing loss, a loss that you hadn't had occur when you made these New Year resolutions? Your mind is going to be everywhere, and you're not going to be able to focus on whatever it is that you set out to do in that new year. And you might just, you might not be, wanting to do it. You may be more distracted. You never know who or what can come into your life and distract you and take you away from your focus and take you away from your goals. So you should definitely just lock in now. When the idea is fresh, you should jot it down, whatever the idea is. I feel like, God puts stuff in our spirit. He puts it in our heart, in our mental, and it's up to us to cultivate it into something beautiful so that everyone can experience it. Now, everyone's not going to receive you, and everyone's not going to receive what you put out, because you're not everyone's flavor, just like, everyone's not your flavor. I'm not everyone's flavor. Everyone's not my flavor. But you will have a tribe. You will have people that will gravitate towards you. You're going to touch someone. You're going to reach someone, and then it's going to be a domino effect, but it'll be the right people. And that's why I said it's important to be genuine, be natural, be as pure as you can be. It's very, very, very important. And I applaud anyone that do actually follow through with their New Year resolutions when they make them. I applaud anyone for just even sitting down to take the time to examine yourself and ask yourself, what is it that I want to work on in the new year? How will I become a better version of myself? And what things do I need to be doing? What should I be reading? What should I be studying? Who should I surround myself with? That takes a lot of work. That takes work. That takes time, and it's very hard. It's very hard because we want to think that we have it all together, and life will humble you and tell you and show you that you do not have it all together, and that's okay. We're gonna fall on our faces, but we're gonna get up. Also, we're gonna dust ourselves off, and we're gonna realize what we did wrong. And then that's how we gain our wisdom off of that. Just, holding yourself accountable and then realizing that, okay, that didn't work. And then you move on to the next thing. And maybe that'll work. But if it doesn't, you continue to go. You just keep going. But I don't want to stray too far off the subject at hand. It's just starting. Just starting. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait until next year. Bring in the new year with momentum. If you start right now with whatever it is that is in your heart, whatever it is that you desire, if you started right now, you will go into the new year with more momentum than you would have had if you just decided to start in the new year. So you'll go into the new year with more momentum. Well, tongue-tied. You'll have more momentum. You'll just have I feel like you will have more of a competitive edge with yourself, because you go into the new year already doing what it is that you would have done when the new year started. That means you are already halfway there, because the previous year at that time, you hadn't done anything. You hadn't started anything. So that's why I said, you go into the new year with a competitive edge against yourself. It's always going to be you versus you. I want to make that very clear. It's always going to be you versus you. You can't get caught up in looking at your neighbor and saying to yourself like, wow, his grass is neater. It's way more better. It looks better. And then you look at your yard and you're like uninspired and you're down in dumps and you're downing yourself and you're like, oh man, you're hanging your head low. You don't pay attention to what's going on over there. You tend to your garden. You tend to your foundation. That's the only way that it's gonna grow. That's the only way that it's gonna flourish. If you don't do those things, then it won't grow. It won't get anywhere. You won't get anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you just have to lock in and stay focused, but not waiting until the new year to do that. You can do it now. Now there was a time where I would go into a new year and say, I'm going to do this year. And then by February, March, my mindset is not even there. Some things have happened that took me off track. And then before I know it, it's December and I haven't done anything that I said I would do. And then I look back and end up getting disappointed. And I feel, like I said earlier, I feel uninspired. And that means I walk into the new year uninspired. But what helped me this year was the habits that I brought in to this year from 2022. Reading, hitting the gym, creating content. And I feel like I really flourished in those aspects. Reading more books and getting book recommendations from other people such as coworkers. And then, like I said, starting this podcast and, having the discipline to just not sit down and freestyle about what I wanted to talk about, or just talk about various things. I sat down and I pondered and I wrote down things that I would want to see or things that I want to talk about, and that led me to be more prepared and be more focused and just more knowledgeable about what I want to talk about. And that made for the episodes that I record to be easier. It made for the episodes that I wanted to record to have more substance, and I can feel more strongly. I can talk more about it. I can be more emotional if I needed to, or if it just brought it out of me, whatever I was talking about. And it came across as just natural information and natural opinion, or just facts, but coming from a place where I know I know for certain that it is a fact, or just even questions coming from a real place, a real from an inquiring mind, that really wanted to know what was such and such about, or what makes this do that. It was my preparation. It was my discipline. And now I know for a fact when I going into 2024, having done all of this, I will go into 2024 with more focus, more determination, and more motivation, and I will hit the ground running, because I'm already rolling, and I'm not trying to sound cocky, because I've had setbacks this year, definitely, and I'm not perfect at all. I'm simply just examining myself and what I did well, and I will examine myself, what I did wrong, what I can do better, how can I improve. And that's all I want to do, is just continue to improve, as well as you should as well. You should want to improve, whatever role that you're playing in life, whatever lane that you're in, whatever it is that you're doing, you should want to improve. You should want to just simply get better, and just start those habits now, and let the momentum carry you into 2024. And you will already be ahead of schedule. You'll be going at a pace that's right for you. You won't feel rushed. You won't feel like you're under pressure to start your New Year's resolution, because it's the new year. You're already on it. So if you don't do anything else for the rest of the year, do this right now. As you finish this episode, examine yourself. Really take a deep dive into yourself and ask yourself, how can I get better? What is it that I want to work on? What is it that I want to introduce in my life that is new, that is outside of my realm, but I want to dive into it. I want to discover it. I want to dip into that. Write those things down, and then research them and write about how are you going to go about doing these things. Look up information about it if need be, and just start and journal your journey. Journal your journey, whether it's in a journal, whether it's in your notepad. You can journal your journey. And like I said, you'll feel better going into the new year with more motivation, more hunger, more purpose, more focus, and those competitive juices are flowing. You want to do better than you did the previous year. You want to do better than you did yesterday. You want to be a better person than you did yesterday. But you have to start. And no one is gonna do it for you. No one's gonna hold your hand. You're gonna have people that's gonna help you. You'll be blessed to have people that's gonna pick you up when you're down. By help, that's what I mean. You'll have people to pick you up when you're down. But other than that, man, other than that, you have to do these things yourself. You have to just put one foot in front of the other and just go. Okay? And by the way, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. We're almost at the end of the year. So what is it that you want to work on? What is it that you not want to start in 2024? What is it that you want to carry into 2024 so that you can hit the ground running? What is it? Ask yourself, or DM me. I would love to hear from you. All right. So it's Big Mall. I gotta head out of here because I got things to do. So I'm gonna head out of here. Thank y'all, as always. Thank y'all for supporting me. Thank y'all for following me. Thank you for clicking that subscribe button, that follow button, that like button, sharing my podcast and referring it and listening. Thank you. Just thank you. Okay. Thank you. God is good. All right. God is good. With that being said, I love you. You love you. God loves you. Let's go. Big Mall. Peace.